Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Amazon's new original film, Black Box. And this is one of a few new films that came out on Amazon this week. They had quite a busy week, especially with the season finale of The Boys. But this film is directed by Emmanuel Osi Kofor and starring Mahmoudou Athie, and he honestly has been popping up in quite a few streaming films and shows over the course of 2020. I really enjoyed him in Uncorked, and he's the lead performance in this film about a man who had a traumatic accident and is slowly trying to get all of his memory back. And he has this connection with his daughter who's trying to help him out remember these things, played by Amanda Christine, who is adorable, and she has this interesting relationship with her father as she's trying to take a little charge and help take care of her father, who forgets to pick her up from school. Or honestly, some of the logic in this film isn't there. It's like, why the hell would they let him drive? That's my question. That was a big question of mine. And honestly, the film hurts a little bit because of some of those very specific logical moments, and be like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So you kind of have to suspend your disbelief with this. But our main character, Nolan, has a friend, Tosin Maru Hunfola, who is a doctor, and they're really trying to figure out what's wrong with him, and he takes on this experimental procedure, this treatment from a doctor played by Felicia Richard, who gives a strong performance in this, but honestly, a lot of her dialogue winds up being extremely exposition heavy, and this film does dump a lot of that stuff on you. And those are also, like, this film works as a solid kind of thriller, horror, mystery, sci-fi, mixing a lot of things into the pot here, but there's definitely some very glaring flaws in it. Logic-wise, the script in terms of its quality, in terms of dialogue, but it has a lot of cool ideas and setups, and some really unnerving moments as he's thrown into these memories, and he basically has the crooked man coming at him, and it's really creepy and unnerving, and it's unsettling, and those moments where he's lost in those memories are legitimately creepy and unnerving and freak me out a bit. So they're effective. And I thought that this film had an intriguing mystery and where it was going, and it had me going, and I felt connected to the idea of this mystery and what's playing out here, and it takes some dark turns and very horrifically emotional moments in terms of different themes like domestic violence and stuff like that, where it's just like, wow, I didn't expect this film to exactly go in this direction, and it had me guessing, and it built up to a very intriguing kind of twist, and where the idea of this film is going, and how those pieces fall into place. And overall, I feel like the performances were pretty strong across the board, and I felt for some of these characters, and I was surprised by the emotional heft that there were in a couple of these scenes, especially towards the end. Now, this film ends on an obnoxiously horrible, cheesy, like, sequel teaser, and, like, it's only this only is able to happen because of some serious logic issues as well. I won't give away exactly what, because it would give away too many of the plot threads towards the end of the film. But I'm just sitting there in disbelief. It's like, how is this even happening, and why is jail not involved? And it's a really cheesy hook to potentially a sequel, I guess. So that took me out a little bit. I'm just like, are you serious? Did you really need to end this in this way? But in the end, I felt like this film was an interesting and pretty affecting ride in terms of like the sci-fi mystery horror film that you had in front of you. It wasn't the most scary film, but it did have some unnerving, creepy moments. It had some interesting ideas of science fiction, and there were some decent emotional moments at a couple of points in the film. So I feel like Black Box might be a bit of a mixed bag, but slightly on the positive of this is a solid genre film. But those are my thoughts on Black Box. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.